Okay, welcome everyone. My name is Erin Teresi. I'm the Early College Program Supervisor for District 214, and we're going to go ahead and get started on tonight's presentation for Middle College Health and Med Academy at Harper College. So this is the capstone options for District 214's Health Sciences programs. I have some very special guests with me here tonight, so I wanted to go ahead and introduce them. We have Megan Dalianis from Harper Community College. We have Sharon Kim from Harper Community College as well. And then Giovanna is a student from Rolling Meadows who's currently enrolled in the middle college program over at Harper. And then we also have Beth Brosden, who is a District 214 teacher in the health science pathway. And then she also is in charge of the medical academy program. So District 214's health science programs actually has two different pathways. What we know is that health sciences is a huge field for students to go into, and we really wanted to make sure that we were formulating pathways for students who are interested in going into pre-medicine, and then also for students who are interested in going into other types of the health science field. So we'll start with the pre-medicine one. Students in this pathway would go throughout freshman, sophomore, and junior year, taking the courses that are available for them. You can see them here on the screen. And then senior year, they actually have the option. AP chemistry is a really popular choice for students. AP biology is a really popular choice. And then we have Medical Science Academy. And an academy program at District 214 is a capstone program offered for seniors only. And academies often require applications. So this is a selective program for students to get into. A lot of our students will take AP chemistry and AP biology on top of Medical Science Academy. So it's not that you have to take one or the other. It's just an option available for you. Students who are interested in Medical Science Academy are usually students who are interested in taking an AP Chem or AP Bio course. There is a prerequisite because it is dual credit. Students who are taking this course are enrolled over at Harper Community College. They're our partner in the health science pathway, which is why they're here with us tonight. So in order to take that course, you must be what's called English ready over at Harper. And that would require an SAT score of a certain number. It's a 480 or higher on the EBRW in this case. There's also a Harper essay test that students can take if they don't have that SAT score. And then ultimately, if a student is accepted into the academy program, they have that prerequisite met. They're going to be enrolled in the two courses over at Harper. First semester, that's human anatomy, and it's a cadaver lab course. And then human physiology, which also is taught in the cadaver lab. So it's a very interesting and exciting experience for our students. And we pair that with another amazing opportunity that Ms. Brosden oversees, and that's an internship experience, like a work-based learning experience for students, and that's actually in the Medical Science Academy course. So students are able to get some hands-on experience paired with that dual credit. And we think that this is just such an amazing opportunity for students because it's a balance of them getting some college coursework that's required if they're going to go into pre-medicine. All students going into pre-med have to take human anatomy and human physiology when they get to college. And so this is a way for them to do it while they're still in high school with some extra supports and earn a bit of that college credit that will hopefully transfer on to wherever they want to go. Or if their plan is to go over to Harper to start with, they already have a transcript started over there. So just a little look at what their senior year schedule would look like. This is a sample schedule. It's definitely not a real one or anything, but students would take, English, math, they might have a study hall in there, an elective, and then they're actually traveling to Harper at the end of their day right now. And then on the other days, they're traveling over to Forest View Educational Center to take that Medical Science Academy course with Ms. Brosden. And then throughout the year, they're going out into the world, which she'll talk about a little bit more, and doing some internship experiences there. So that is Med Academy. The other option we have for our students who are going into nursing or allied health is something called middle college over at Harper. So students, again, would go through the pathway freshman through junior year. And then if they're interested, they're actually able to apply to the middle college program over at Harper and sign up for that. If they're accepted into it, then they would be able to pick from certain programs over at Harper. So they're listed on the screen. Nursing's our most popular one, but we also are able to pair up with Harper for things like dental hygiene, physical therapy assistant. So these are degree programs offered by Harper. And Harper has amazingly built this program where our students can begin the program as a senior in high school. So they're actually taking the full first year of the program while still enrolled at District 214. So they're simultaneously completing their high school requirements while starting their college experience over at Harper. So their time is split between 214 and Harper, and it really just gives them a head start. A lot of these programs, like especially nursing, we always think of as a 2-year program over at Harper, but it's actually a 3-year program because there's a full year of prerequisites. So we are in a position where our students can just take the first year of prerequisites, and then when they graduate from District 214 and actually go to Harper, they're a whole year ahead, and they finish the nursing program 2 years after graduating from high school, which is excellent. Again, there are some prerequisites that are in place here because it's Harper's program. So students would have to have a certain SAT score or have that certain score on the Harper essay test. Chemistry is also really important. So if you're an incoming freshman and you're super interested in going into nursing at some point, you have to have a C or better in 2 semesters of chemistry. Just something to keep in mind. Science classes are really helpful, so study hard. And again, just to give you a little idea of what it would look like when you do get to this program, you would start your day over at Harper, come back, and then finish your day at District 214. So it's truly a middle college program where you're transitioning into college with half your day over at Harper and then half your day back at 214 because you are still a high school student, and we know senior year is so much fun. So you get to, experience lunch with your friends, still go to after school activities. It's trying to find that balance between starting the program over at Harper that you'll be in for the next 3 years and wrapping up everything you need to graduate. So with that being said, I wanted to bring our panelists in here to kind of get their opinion and some of their insights on everything. So Ms. Brosden, why don't we start with you? Med Academy is such a cool and unique program. What do you think are some of the benefits if a student is considering going into that program?
So thanks, Erin, for having me. My name is Mrs. Brosden. I'm a nurse. I teach CNA at Rolling Meadows, and I have this great opportunity to help out with this academy program at Harper. So what I think is great for the students, like Miss Teresi was saying, if you're thinking of med school, if you're thinking PT, if you're thinking PA or nurse practitioner, this is a class that you're going to be required to take in high school. It's a hard class to take as a freshman when you're adjusting to everything else in college. So this way you're having it while you're still in a setting where you're used to having counselors that you can reach out to. You can take advantage of the Harper study sessions. It's a very small group. It's a select group. These students are highly motivated. So part of it is getting that immersion into the class. To get to touch a cadaver as a senior in high school is a pretty cool opportunity. And then what I do when I see them at Forest View, so the sample schedule showed how the afternoons are free. So the afternoons are free. Somebody has muted. There we go. If your afternoons are free, you go to Harper to take your class. And then the following week, you would come and see me at Forest View, and we have a pretty cool classroom with a lot of medical equipment. Not everybody took CNA to get into this class. So I'm going to teach you some of those hands-on people skills. Can you take a blood pressure without an automatic machine? Do you know how to take somebody's pulse? We have some, trial insulin that we're going to use. So I want to show the students who maybe haven't had a chance to do some of those hands-on skills, what it's like. And then they also give us input on what kind of internship opportunity they're looking for. And by that, I mean, what if half of the class wants to be a veterinarian? Then we're going to help them find, hopefully, a spot in some veterinarian offices. But we'll be sending the students into the community in the second semester where they can really observe, because that's where you learn so much, by shadowing somebody, looking over their shoulder, getting to talk to patients. So it's just a real good opportunity. It brings together a little bit of everything. Plus, it's dual credit.
Yes, we love early college credit here.
Mhm.
Okay, so maybe switching gears into the middle college program, and whoever wants to answer can. What will this program allow students to do after they graduate from District 214? I guess what kind of opportunities are available to them?
So I'm Giovanna, and I'm actually a student that's in the Alamo College program. But um, what will help me like prepare for like this program, and what's like great about it is the fact that like you're not only is it giving you like college experience and you're kind of getting like ahead and you're trying to get comfortable with like how different college is with high school, but you're also getting like a year ahead, and it's like a really great opportunity for that and to like understand a little bit more, and you're actually more kind of like more inclined to like get into the nursing program because you already started it so early and they kind of know you in a way since I'm taking it through Harper. So yeah.
That's a great point. Could either of you expand on that and like kind of how like the admissions part works and what that would mean for a middle college student for the nursing program or any of the other limited enrollment programs?
Sure. So the focus of the first year while you are in the middle college program is, for what's considered a limited enrollment program, which is like our nursing program, dental hygiene. We have a sonography program and a rad tech program. So there's a few different options, but they have similar courses that you need to take. Typically your first year of college after you've graduated. So you're taking those early while you're still a senior in high school. And because it's a smaller program, we know who you are. We have an advisor on our end, Sharon, who's with us tonight, who's paying really close attention to how you're doing in the courses and making sure that you're connected with resources and other areas that can help you along the way. We're not going to lie, some of the classes that you're taking are pretty challenging courses that are pretty big time commitment. So we're making sure that you know what it takes to be successful in those classes early on, because that success is important to ensure that you do get accepted into the program. So two of the classes in particular, which have already been mentioned, anatomy and physiology, are also part of the courses that you would typically take in the middle college program. The grades that you get in those classes are important for the admission decision into nursing or dental hygiene. So early on, some of the things that we really stress are being successful in these classes take focus and effort. So it's important to prioritize the classes that you're taking. We understand that everyone has a lot going on in their lives. And, one of the things that we want to help you with is learning how to balance your classes with what you have going on outside of class to make sure that you are dedicating enough time, focus, and effort, and that you also feel really comfortable asking for help when you need to. Those three things are really, really critical to doing well in the program. It's making sure that you're dedicating enough time to the courses, that you're putting that focus there, and that you are asking for help and using the resources that we have in place, which we have a lot in place for this program to make sure that we get students to the point where they're actually starting the nursing program and taking classes that fall semester after you would graduate high school, which is a full year ahead of where most of our students are starting.
That's a really great point. I'm glad you brought that up. For both programs, Middle College and Med Academy, they're taking very challenging courses, but that's part of why it's an academy program, because we know that the students are academically prepared. Giovanna, maybe you could speak to this as a senior in the program. What are some of the differences you've seen kind of between like high school coursework and college coursework? And then how has it been having, your additional resources like Miss Kim here to help you? Because for the Med Academy students, they would have Mrs. Brosden as their support system. So I think we can kind of get your opinion on how it's going, what you've learned so far, and then that'll translate to both programs.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm taking anatomy, and anatomy is not an easy class. Like it really is a challenge, and there's like a lot of hours I have to dedicate each day to just study for that one class, just because it's just very like, you know what I mean? It's a lot about like memorization and stuff. But like things that I've learned is like how to like manage my time a lot better. And with like the college classes, they're not really, it's kind of hard because like they don't really help you a lot. Like it's more of like you're kind of on your own and you kind of have to put the effort into. Like they'll give you the resources, but in like high school, they kind of like, they're more like they help you, like they like, hold your hand as you like, you know what I mean, as you need help. But college is not really like that, especially with anatomy. But I've learned just basically like time management and how to structure my days, especially with anatomy. So yeah.
That's great. Have you been asking for help a lot more?
Yeah, but I've also like meet up with like everybody that I know from like that class, and we just have like our own study group and we just study together just because it's kind of like it's so hard.
Oh, that's great. So because it's kind of a cohort and both programs are like this too, you already have like a built-in support system within just the students in your class, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. And all of them are from the different buildings in District 214, right? So there's students that you've never met before.
Yeah, and I actually met all of them. Some were from like Wheeling, Elk Grove, and yeah.
Good. Well, I did want to mention that we have the chat open. So if anyone has any questions from the audience, you can pop it in the chat and we're monitoring it. You can direct message me and then we'll just make sure that those questions get answered. But Miss Kim, I wanted to make sure we talked with you too, because you've been a part of this program for 2 years now and seen the students come through. What advice would you have for a student who might be a freshman or a sophomore at District 214, or maybe like an incoming freshman, and they're hearing about these programs and they're very excited about attending Harper? Like, what should they do to prepare to be successful there? Any tips?
Yeah, so I think students should start thinking about if health career is an area that they want to explore. And they can start looking at Harper's website to get some more information about the programs that we offer. If students are interested in getting an associate in applied science degree in one of the health career programs, I believe that middle college program is a great program because of all the good reasons that we mentioned, especially having that early start. Like Giovanna said, that learning to do time management, that if you're able to do that, the things that Giovanna shared, that if you're able to learn that as a senior in high school, that is really a really good 1 year ahead, the skill that you're learning to be a successful college student. So as a freshman and sophomore student, start exploring some of the health career options that are out there and start taking classes that are related to the health science. Doing well in biology, doing well in science classes, math classes are going to be a huge a plus. And also start networking with the teachers at your high school buildings and reach out to Harper and the websites and and myself to get some more information about the programs that we offer, so you can plan ahead and you can make informed decision.
So we have a couple of questions coming in. Mrs. Brosnan, this one might be a good one for you. A current coming to the pathway as a sophomore. So students coming to the pathway as a sophomore, is it possible to take the CNA training and Medical Science Academy in senior year?
So if you're just starting the medical pathway, there are some students that are allowed to take like med terms and CNA at the same time as a junior, and then you could do this class as a senior. I also have some students that are currently in CNA at their home high schools, and they're taking the Med Academy class simultaneously. So it's kind of like a scheduling thing and seeing what other credits that you're caught up to. But if you're a high achieving student and you think you can handle it, you probably can handle it.
And then do you have to continue taking classes at Harper if you do the Med Academy in high school? So no, for Med Academy, many of those students plans as a pre-med student is to go to a 4-year university, because pre-med requires a bachelor's degree in some kind of science usually. Not always. You can do anything you want and then just have the science prerequisites for pre-med. But at least these classes and then a couple of other sciences ones and a bachelor's degree is normally required to get into med school. So most of the students transfer to those credits to a 4-year university. But keep the questions coming. Okay. Does anyone else have anything to add so far?
I just wanted to compliment Giovanna on figuring out that you need a study group. So this is a college skill that high school seniors are learning, whereas you're used to going home and doing your homework. Maybe you would check with one of your friends that was in your class, but often in college you need to form your own study groups, or you need to ask the professor if you could visit them during their office hours, or see if they have an assistant that could help you go over some of the anatomy notes. So that's just a fabulous skill to learn when you're in high school that you're going to need in college. So good job, Giovanna.
Thank you.
Giovanna, did you go throughout the entire pathway? Were you able to take Intro to Health, Med Term, and then CNA, or did you come to the pathway later?
Yeah, I started my sophomore year intro to healthcare, and I ended up having to take CNA over the summer at Harper before going into the program. But it wasn't that bad. It was really great. I really
good.
enjoyed it. Yeah.
How did you find out about middle college, and then how did you make the decision that it was like the right fit for you?
I found out because of my counselor. I always like wanted to go into the medical field just because of like as a kid growing up, like I used to have like a lot of like medical problems and whatever, and it always like made me like more like I want to know why my body does this or like what I can do to like make it better. So that's why I wanted to get into it. So, and my counselor let me know what I could take to become a nurse and to be able to help people too.
So nursing was always the program you wanted to go into, and then did you know from the beginning that you wanted to go to Harper, or was it that you found out about this program and then realized how great Harper's program was and then chose to go that route?
Yeah, to be honest, my freshman year, I didn't think about even going to college, but my sophomore year, I finally found like I actually do want to actually go into nursing. So my counselor let me know that Harper is a really good program and I could also start like a year early and I don't have to pay so much money too. So that's like the great benefit too.
Yeah, I don't know if we talked enough about that. The dual credit savings is huge. District 214 students pay $50 per dual credit course through Harper Community College. So a Med Academy student would be enrolled in 2 courses and pay $50 for each. Middle college, I forget how many, I think it's 3 and 3, so 6 total, and you'd pay $50 for each, but it's an entire year. So the cost savings is in the thousands of dollars that is being covered by the district. And that includes like your fees, your books, transportation is provided. So all of those things have added up. Okay, we got a question. Is Med Academy or Middle College Health best for people who want to become a pre-med student? So that's an interesting question because in our pathway, we generally have Med Academy students, pre-med students would be pushed toward Med Academy. And then students who want to go into allied health would be kind of sent more into the middle college. And allied health were those certificate and degree programs that we had up earlier. Let me bring those back. So nursing, health information technology, cardiographic technician, all of these are certificate or degree programs. But I guess, Megan, question for you. If a student was to get, like, to go into middle college, would it, and they just wanted to, you know, complete that certificate or degree program, is that a stackable thing that they could transfer to a four-year university and still be pre-med? Is that something that you see students doing?
Yeah, so some of the classes that you'd be taking that year while you're a middle college student are relevant and could apply towards a pre-med major. Probably the course that you're taking as part of Med Academy might be the more direct route, but if you're considering nursing, which is a stackable career because a lot of our students will do our nursing program, take the NCLEX RN, start working as a registered nurse, then continue on to get their Bachelor of Science in Nursing, and then continue on to become a nurse practitioner or go into become a nurse anesthetist. So there's a lot of opportunities to continue your career path, especially with nursing. In other areas, we'll have students continue on to get a bachelor's degree, which could give them opportunities to go into like healthcare administration. But if you're deciding between the two, I would consider the middle college program to be a viable option because you will be exposed to faculty members that are really familiar with the different areas in health careers, ranging from our allied health career fields to what we consider pre-professional fields, which includes like pre-med, pre-dental, pre-physical therapy. So you can't really make a wrong decision. The one thing to keep in mind is with pre-med, you're going to start, you know, with some pretty traditional science classes like your biologies and your chemistries, whereas with the healthcare career programs like nursing and dental hygiene, it's a little bit more based on anatomy and physiology and that sort of thing.
So more hands-on maybe in the middle college, because then you would have that credential to go work right away. And then if you were going into, you wanted like the traditional pre-med four-year university right after high school, probably do Med Academy because you would get that human anatomy and human physiology, which is still hands-on, but maybe would transfer right into the four-year university program. Hopefully that helps answer it. All right. I had a couple of other thoughts pop into my head, but it's so late. Does anybody, I've lost them already. Does anybody else have anything to add or any other questions before we wrap this up? Nope. Okay, well, thank you all so much for coming. We're excited that District 214 offers both of these programs, and we know that it's a great fit for so many of our students. We're so thankful for your partnerships and giving opportunities to students like Giovanna. So I hope everyone has a great night. And then this will be posted if anyone wants to rewatch or share it with anybody. But everyone have a great night.
Thank you.